Hi, welcome to my urban backyard garden where we're shining with nature. My name is Maudlin, and today we're going to do some harvesting, some transplanting, and I'm going to show you my little garden. Now I say urban because right there behind our gate near our pool is the highway. So you might hear cars go by or honking. They're really not supposed to be honking, but you might see that. But my garden is really not that far from the perimeter of our fence right there. So excuse the urban noises. Excuse the urban noises. But this is my container garden, and I still have a lot of summer and spring crops that are doing well. For example, this is eggplant. This is the eggplant, and there are two more down here. I'm going to be picking those two, the biggest two, because with eggplants, the younger you pick them, I believe the sweeter, the more tender they are. But the bigger they get, in my opinion, they're a little bit more tougher, or just not as sweet. So I have my peppers here, and I think it's still flowering. So this is the biggest one, and I have another one right here. I'm sure the sun is not blocking. And kale. My kale that I planted in the middle of summer had a hard time, but it's coming back. And then this is the jalapeno. I picked some a few days ago, but as you can see, I still have some more coming. And I have a rosemary patch here that seems to be doing well. So that's what's in the garden right now. These are fall crops, broccoli that I planted a few weeks ago. I have another pepper patch right here that is still doing well. I have another pepper patch right here that it's still doing well. And I don't see any little buds right now, but oh wait, right here. But they're still doing well. Now onto my fall crops that I planted a few weeks ago. This is a cauliflower patch in the container garden, and as you can see, these are some very healthy 1, 2, and 3. So I cannot wait. This is my first time growing cauliflower, and they came up very well. On the other side is the in-ground fall crops right now. And what I have is the cutest, right here. It's the cutest Swiss chard. I planted several rows, but only a handful came up. So I'm thinking, since it's still early and the weather is, this is another one, I might plant some more today or next week. I also have some kale that I planted that are coming up and doing amazing. I think the in-ground crops struggled a bit. I amended a lot of the raised bed soil, so I'm not sure if that could be the reason. But yeah, the stuff that I planted on this side of my urban garden seem to be, they germinate a lot quicker and they do a lot better. So over on the other side of the fence, I have some potatoes that are really doing well. I mean, I'm very impressed. This is my second attempt at potatoes, and the leaves look so healthy. Okay, I am very excited today because it's a wonderful fall day, but I have these two grapevines that I actually started from seeds. It's incredibly hard to start a grapevine from seeds. I didn't know any better last year, and so I planted them, I watered them regularly, I talked to them. Not sure if that was a factor, but they grew to... So my grapevines from my very first attempt at gardening, because we eat grapes a lot. We're plant-based, so it's one of our favorite snacks. And of course, if you're plant-based, you know that seeded grapes are better for you. So where I live, it's really difficult to find seeded grapes, especially when they're off season. This is actually grape season, I believe, and I'm still having a hard time finding seeded grapes. So I planted these two in these exact pots, or this one's a pot, this one's a bag, and these are not appropriate for grapes, but they came up. It germinated. It took maybe about I want to say maybe about 6 or 7 months to get to this point. Of course, if they were in ground, or if they had trellises already, they would have probably look a lot better. But for now, that's what we have, and so I'm going to transplant them into these more appropriate pots. And the next two videos, I'm going to show you trellis that we're going to make. Okay, so this is what the repotted grape plants are looking like. So I pruned a lot of the leaves. I mean, I pruned a bit, and this one had a lot of branches that were very brittle, from lack of watering, I guess. No, from lack of watering. So I removed them. The healthier, stronger branches, or this one branch, is quite long, so I kind of twisted it a bit and gave it plenty of support until they are trellised. So this is the other pot. I mean, I'm talking today. This is the other pot. A lot more branches, were much more firm and less. I should have removed that one. Less leaf damage, so I kept more of the leaves that kind of look like they oh, not this one, but kind of look like, they're okay. So they get plenty of sunshine in this area. Like I said, next time my husband and I are going to get panels and just create an arch around, so it'll be from here to there, and with support in the back. And then once it starts producing, we're going to cover them, because we have birds that would love to snack on them. So that's what we did today, and I did it all by myself, so very cool. And so these two now, I'm going to grow sweet potatoes and regular potatoes that I already have growing on the other side. So let's remove them. And I'm going to put them right here and fill them up with potting soils. And we're going to see if we can get 3 bags of potatoes going. Okay, so now I don't have a big basket, but I was not expecting to pick so much, but I am going to have to pick these two eggplants because they're really big, and it's actually, the plant is a bit hunched over, and it's still flowering right here. Gotta focus a bit. It's still flowering, so it's doing well, and there are flowers on the other side. So I think this is another eggplant, so that's going to egg. Yeah, this is definitely one. These two. So I have to relieve some pressure off of the plant, and so that's what I'm going to do now. Just harvest these two eggplants. So this is today's harvest. I didn't come out here to collect a lot, so that's why I took this small basket, but I only came for these two eggplants because from my window I could see that they were stressing the plant, and I had to pick this pepper because it was stressing the pepper plant. And I'm going to I harvested a few leaves from my dinosaur kale because I can't wait anymore. I just want to try it. I'm gonna make some soup tonight, and I'm going to have some of these leaves in my soup. So I get excited about small or big harvests because this is what I'm producing. Yeah, I get excited about small or big harvests because I grew it. It came straight from my backyard, so it tastes better in my opinion, and I've heard many other gardeners and farmers say the exact same thing, that what you grow is it's of course organic, if you don't use any chemicals or stuff like that, but it just tastes better. So whether I collect 5 leaves or 1 pepper or 3-4 eggplants, it's really better than anything I buy at the grocery store. So all that to say, Shining with Plants or Shinning with Nature is a YouTube channel about small backyard growing and experimenting. I don't know much, but I want to share my experience because I have so many YouTube channels that I follow, and they encourage me to also start my own gardening journey. And we've been plant-based for about a year and a half now, so we go through a lot of vegetables, we go through a lot of fruits, even though I only have 1 fruit tree for now. But the plan is to keep on expanding, keep on experimenting. Like I showed you, I have a potted area and stuff that I put in ground, and I have my grapevines are in pots. So it's a lot of experimenting. If it doesn't work, you recalibrate and you try again. So Shining with Nature is about me and my 2 sons and my husband, and how we are utilizing our backyard because we want to be in line with nature. We want to eat a lot more plants, a lot more fruits and vegetables. And currently, if you're in the United States or anywhere in the world, inflation might be a word. So growing your own food and making sure and knowing where it came from, that it didn't have to travel very far, right? A lot of our groceries, they have to travel very far to get to us, right? So I encourage you to, at the very least, to think about starting your own garden. If you don't have a lot of space, I do understand. You can go in pots, and I'm going to be sharing my vertical garden that I'm hoping to install in the spring. So thank you so much for watching. I hope I've inspired you to consider gardening or planting. It's not too late. You can still plant some fall crops like broccoli and cauliflower, and they do well in pots. So the point is to just be in line with nature, and we are shining with nature. So if you found this helpful, please consider subscribing, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.